As you've seen, some of the information provided for local searches comes straight from the organic index. If you enter local search terms such as electrician, plumber, or Indian restaurant, some of the results you'll see will come from the organic or free index, the index created by the search bots. So in this lesson, we'll look at how to optimize your website's pages for local terms.
The first thing you should do is make sure that your pages are declaring the correct language in the head section. Problems can occur when templates are copied from libraries and the language declarations are not changed. The search engines are aware that this is a problem, so it's hard to say how much of a problem it might cause you, but you might as well get it right. First, check the HTML tag at the top of the page. There should be a language attribute, lang, though it often isn't used. If your pages are in English, you'll need EN in there, if French, FR, and so on. You can find these codes using a search for HTML language codes. However, the lang attribute can be modified to add a dash and a 2-character country code. So for English, for instance, you could use these for the United States, Great Britain, Canada, and Australia. You may also find a content-language meta tag, something like this, but this is old and in fact was never really an approved tag within the HTML specification and was used very inconsistently by browsers and search bots. So you can remove this, but should use the language attribute on the HTML tag instead. There's also something called the hreflang tag. This is used when you provide different translated content for people in different areas of the world. Most sites don't really need to worry about this, but if it sounds like you do, I'd suggest you check out this article in Google.
So how are we now going to tell the search engines that your business is in a particular location, Denver or Chichester or Detroit or wherever?
Well, the first thing to do is put your address in every page on your site. You might put it in the footer of every page, though actually higher up on the page is better. Perhaps have it in the header or maybe an address box near the top, not just in your Contact Us page, but every page. We want the search engines to not be able to miss the fact that you're in a particular location, and we want to make sure that your location name appears in conjunction with the regular keywords in your pages. Use the full address, including postal code and the phone number. If you have multiple locations, then perhaps have a large address box with the various addresses. You'll still want a contact page, of course, but you'll want a separate Contact Us page for each of your business's locations with the full address and telephone number. And make sure you have important keywords on the Contact Us pages. If you're a plumber, you don't want your Contact Us page to merely contain your address, but you should also include keywords describing your services, for instance. Most chains do this these days. They have separate pages for all their locations. You can also put your location into your URLs, your title tags, and your description tags. And when you're out building links, as explained later in this course, you'll want to include location names in the anchor text of links. You don't want links that simply say plumbing services, for instance. You want links that say plumbing services Denver or Phoenix Plumbing and so on.
You might actually try optimizing a specific page for each of your locations, making sure that the relevant keywords appear throughout in all the correct places. If you have a pizza parlor in Detroit, then you can use the keywords Detroit Pizza in the URL, title, description tags, H1 headings, scattered throughout the page, in links within your site pointing to the page, and so on. All the regular keyword optimization techniques described earlier in this course.
You might also want to use the geo-meta tags. It's not clear which search engines use these. Google says it doesn't, but Bing may. However, they're very easily created and so can be dropped into your pages quickly. You simply find a geotag tool, enter your address information, and the tool will spit out the tags for you. Copy the tags and place them in the head section of your web pages. Here are a couple of these tools to choose from.
By the way, you can also tell Google that your site targets a specific country within the Google Search Console, which is a subject we'll be looking at in the section of the course on Webmaster Consoles, when I talk about the basic console setup. So it's not hard to optimize pages for locations. It's really the same basic techniques you learned earlier, only using city and place names. So if location is important to you, you might want to take a few minutes now and review your site. Find ways that you can improve your location optimization.